Hey everybody, it's Brian Davis bringing you another video. I promised I would put out a couple over the holiday. So over the holiday weekend, we should have released the Pokemon video to show you guys the Pokemon collection that I picked up. And then you all have heard, if you've watched the channel, that I purchased a palette. I'll walk you over and show it to you, of vintage photography and photographs. There's about 10,000 pieces, a whole bunch of Victorian albums. It's just immense. I opened a little bit of it up, spread it out here on the table so that I could show you guys and let you see what we got a little bit of. I haven't really dug into it too much because we did a lot of packing and shipping today, but this video will probably come out on Friday or Saturday, the day after Christmas, because my wife will shoot me if I'm working tomorrow. But these are all awesome vintage photos on board. What's really cool is a lot of them are identified, Reverend David Bradford, and then on the back you can figure out where they are. Mrs. David McClay. So some of them could be famous people. A lot of these you'll see are embryotypes and daguerreotypes. So they're done on glass and on metal. Here's a 1/6 plate embryotype, 1857 to 1859. The guy had paid $5 for it whenever he bought it. Here's a carte de visite, a cabinet photo or a CDV, whatever you want to call it. I can't tell if that's a little person or if they are just two boys. Hard to tell. But some other cool stuff. And then I'll show you guys. Back there's a box full of small ones. I pulled a couple albums over here onto the table to show you guys. And I'm also going to show you guys something super exciting that I found. I showed a couple people the other day when I was in the live auction, just to give you guys a heads up. But I was in the back of the warehouse digging through a box of toys, and I came across some really good vintage pieces. So what I think is neat is this collection actually came out of Florida, but you'll see, like, you know, here's cabinet photos, but you can see this was actually done in Stamford, New York. This photo was done by Beck in Corey, Pennsylvania. I love the fact that you can, you know, look into them and find out information. And then what else is kind of cool is they actually used to write whose picture it was, Evelyn Emery. So if you're into genealogy and, you know, looking up people's history and helping families get their stuff, you know, from their ancestors and selling it to them. You can see this one here's from Corey, PA. A lot of these are marked on the back, so they're super neat. Look, this is a hand-tinted photo inside the wicker basket. It's done into a Christmas card. I think this one is Oberlin. So Nickerson, Kansas. Usually like the Midwest stuff this early is a little harder to find. You had to have money to get your photo taken back in the day. So super neat. It's a baby. So just an awesome collection. Lebanon, Louisiana. Two brothers. And the book itself is made out of wood. So it's super cool. It's got brass fittings. This one's awesome. It's got silver inlay. Nice Victorian album, you know, late 1800s. It's kids, adults. A lot of these albums have a ton of photos in them. Sorry about the glare. We have overhead LED lighting here in the warehouse. The albums are rough. They're falling apart, some of them, but if you look at the albums, they're like art just in themselves. Like each page is a different, you know, gold inlay, gold leaf imagery in this album. So this album was a higher dollar album back in the day. And you can see it looks like this one. Oh, no, this one's not empty. Here we go. See, there's some more. And then you get all the way to the very back, and you find some more images. So this collection was, pretty large, but there are, vintage military photos. That's an old press photo. It's a silver gelatin. This is an elongated cabinet photo. This one kind of reminds you of like Billy the Kid times. So pretty neat. Here's Waverly O. Miller family. So that's a pretty interesting one. And on the back it tells you this is Frank's Pabst. I wonder if that's like Pabst beer. So you could just do a lot of research and find out if Frank Pabst is from Pabst beer, if they were the family, and then that becomes much better. Here is a 13th Cavalry Camp, target range, Fort Riley, Kansas. So that's like Civil War era. So all these awesome photos, and then you get into 1930s and 40s and 50s photography. But to tell you guys that I just gave you a little sample is an understatement. All of these bins over here are full of those albums and full just of photographs in general. And they're 2 rows deep. So it is a huge collection. But now I'm going to show you guys a little sneak peek of next week's auction. So I pulled a couple things out to show you. And I'll show you guys what I'm super excited about that I found last week. So we have the vintage Coca-Cola die-cut large thermometer. This is an original one. It's probably 1940s era. It is in superb condition. Even has the original cork tabs on it. But the condition on the back is amazing. Condition on the front's really nice too. Very, very, very good piece. Gonna bring it to the auction. It's probably gonna start at 20 bucks shipped, and we'll see what happens. We got this cool Corgi Star Trek Enterprise, but here are the things that got me excited. I love finding vintage toys, especially whenever you can get into people's collecting needs. For Redline Hot Wheels are a super amazing market. If any of you guys have these out there and you want to sell them, contact us. Even loose, I'm always interested. Color combinations, color variations. They can have different bases. Some cars are extremely rare, some are not. You just don't ever see them on the card. All 3 of these actually are unpunched. Look at that. That's pretty awesome. And we're just going to put these in the auction. We're going to see what happens. I'm going to do one at a time. These are original 1960s. And these are what's called Redline Hot Wheels. And right there's the reason why. On the black wall of the tire, there's a little red line. This is a hot heap. Mint on the card. This is a Lola GT. This is from the Grand Prix series. On the card with the button. And this one here is a Chaparral 2G. Or 26. And the only problem with this one is the wing actually came out of the little hole right there. But you can see here on the bottom, there's the original decals and everything else for this one. And there's the decals for this one. So mint on the card, Redline Hot Wheels from the back of the warehouse, just randomly in a box. Never know what you're going to find in this place. It is a fun house of collectibles and treasures. So hope you guys enjoy this video. I will be doing a full in-depth video at some point when I can have some help and go through all of the photography and photographs. We're going to start bringing them into the auction next week, selling some of them off. We're also going to do a bunch of the old movie posters, the 1950s stuff next week. We're going to have the sign, the thermometer. We're going to put up a Redline Hot Wheel or 2. And if you guys have seen the Pokemon deal, I probably will be bringing Pokemon to the auction, depending on what people comment in that video. So this is Brian Davis, Mr. Buys-A-Lot. Thanking you guys for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And hopefully this video had something in it that maybe gave you an aha moment or a little bit of information and makes you want to come back and see another video. This is Brian Davis, signing off. Thanks, guys. Hope you had a great holiday. Merry Christmas.